I believe Jesus came on by to give us lesson number 1 on how to recognize a sensitive moment of the breakthrough. That transitional, transformative moment where our obstacles, our detours, and our distractions will no longer interfere with us accomplishing our goals. Jesus says, look, all the laws that have ever been written, all of the things that we've been telling you to do or not to do, they all boil down to 2 things. Love God with all your mind, your heart, and your soul, and love one another as yourself. I'm here to tell you, folks, that in many ways, we've been kicking ourselves around in circles, trying to solve life's challenges and problems. And the answer has been here all the time. Well, what are you saying? It's not making sense. Make it plain. Come with it. Your breakthrough is at the moment when you figure out what your purpose is. Yes. And then how you fit into the big picture of the ecosystem of life. Yeah. But more importantly, what is it that you desire? Yes. Jesus says that if you desire to love God with your mind, your heart, and your soul, and if you desire to love your neighbor as you love yourself, then your perspective on life will look a little bit different. Yes, yes. I'm here to challenge you to understand that we are all part of God's jigsaw. And God has gifted you and talented you and given you skills and wisdom and knowledge and understanding so that you can use it for the sake of others. Amen. That when you walk this life and you give with a cheerful heart, that the moment that you give and you turn, somebody's trying to give to you. In this ecosystem of life that generates and circulates around love, I guarantee that you'll find that life could be not only easy, but worth more. Amen. In this life, as we try to figure out how to make $1 out of 15 cents. In this life, as we try to figure out who to stay away from and who to cling to. In this life, as we try to figure out what is it that I need to be doing, that I should be doing, and to figure out why I haven't been doing. I argue that it's time for a break. Let me go back to the story because the young doctor is still perplexed at the patient. She was good, y'all. She was an intellectual wizard, a mastermind in medicine, but she couldn't figure out this problem. And the senior surgeon said, I want you to do one thing. Before you make another decision, I want you to stop. I want you to breathe. And I want you to think about all the things that you're thankful for. And she looked at him. She said, we need to solve. He said, no, stop. Breathe. And think about all the things that you're thankful for. Stop. Breathe. And think about all the things that you were thankful for. Stop. Breathe. And think about all the things that you were thankful for. She stopped. She breathed. She thought about Grandma, who gave her granddaddy's insurance policy to her so she can go to college. She stopped. And she thought about those folks at the church who, when she graduated, put dollar bills in her hand. She stopped. And she breathed and she thought about all the folks who, when she would come back home during the holidays, didn't ask her what kind of grades was she making, but asked the baby, are you okay? Have you And she thought about all the faces who smiled at her, all the gentle people who had hugged her, all her family members who told her how much she stopped. She breathed. And as she looked up, with tears streaming down her eyes, she looked at the film, and there it was, a small incision right within the finger that was causing all the stuff she couldn't figure out. Right there. And as she turned to tell the surgeon, he was already gone. Back in his office, sitting. Listening. Your breakthrough is right in front of you. If you stop and breathe and think about all the things that you are thinking. Think about how you got to where you are today. Even in spite of the misery, the confusion, and the frustration, you're here. Could have been dead, sleeping in your grave. Or on your cooling board, as the old folks used to say. But you're here. And then when you think about what Big Mama used to do, or what Nana used to do, or what Abuela used to do, and you think about how rough and tough they had, but yet they did enough to sustain themselves and provide for you. Stop. Breathe. And think about what you think. I know that doesn't answer the whole question. So you got to come back next Friday to get the point.